Welcome back to the Rotary Sunday series, and we are very happy to see that this is gaining so much momentum and so much of information that you're seeking. And we will take this opportunity to bring to you the different Rotary heroes and legends as we trace their journey on the episode. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, and welcome once again to the Rotary Sunday series. This time we have another star with us. She is none other than the DGN Rotarian Dr. Elizabeth Cherian. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's interesting to have you on this episode as we would like to discuss your journey in Rotary. Let's begin with that, and then I have a few specific target questions for you as well.
My journey in Rotary started as a member of the Rotary Club of Bangalore, which is considered as one of the largest clubs in Bangalore to date. We have over 300 plus members, and being very young then, I felt very lost because we have almost 4 generations in the club. And I didn't know whether I was in the right place or no. So initially I was disillusioned, and I had even made up my mind to give up on Rotary and leave Rotary. Suddenly one evening there happened to be a poetry event in Rotary, a Kannada poetry event, and we were divided into groups. And I was asked to compose a poem on the spot and recite. This was a passion that I had in me all along throughout my life, and my career didn't actually give me the opportunities to bring out that literary part of me. And when this opportunity came, I was very happy. And that particular poem that I composed that evening, which is titled Yaru Kannadiga, won recognition from the Kannada Sahitya Parishat. And that made a remarkable change in my whole attitude towards Rotary. Actually, if you look at it, it was not the service part of Rotary or anything else that actually pulled me back. It was that my other talents had a chance to be portrayed in Rotary, and that is how I started my journey in Rotary. And then on, I went ahead with the ideals of Rotary, and that is where I went on, and today I am here.
And that's a wonderful message. What you're saying is that little connect at the personal level, the passion level, actually kept you in Rotary. I think it's a great lesson for our Rotary leaders to look at how do you understand and tap into that personal passion and bring that to life in Rotary. That way you have someone who not only just goes away from being disillusioned, but actually moving on to lead the district very soon. But it's an interesting thought that you have. Dr. Elizabeth, you are known to do a lot of work around women empowerment. Would you like to share your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Sanjay, actually, when I talk of women empowerment, I must tell you that I have a very different purview of the whole thing, because I believe that women are empowered. And I believe that it only takes a little bit of shaping them into leaders that matters. Because if a woman is not empowered, I don't believe that families could have been where they are today. Because it's the empowered woman who leads families, who carries families forward, and who really make that distinct change in society. So being leaders already, I believe that Rotary is a channel where we can actually give them more power to their wings and make them more independent and maybe create more leaders. That is what I believe is what Rotary can do.
I love this perspective because women are empowered. There is no doubt on that. And like you rightly said, here's a channel for them to add power to their wings, fly high, make that difference. And I'm sure we can all benefit from that. Yeah. And that takes me to the other area, diversity, equity, and inclusion. A relatively new sort of a plan in Rotary, but however, I believe it always existed. And your views on that?
When you're talking about DEI, I particularly believe that India has been a country which always had this concept, because we believe in the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means we are an inclusive society already. It's only that the terminology that we see today, or the way we talk about it today, is different. But otherwise, India is already an inclusive country, and we definitely go ahead with the principles that DEI actually shows. When I talk of inclusivity again, I already believe that we as society include everyone actually. But there are definitely parts of society that are isolated, that need to be included and that need to be brought in. For example, across the world today, there are about 137 million girl children who are still to be educated or still to become literate, which is a big number. And I always believed that when women are included on par with men in the workforce, the GDP of this country would definitely improve. And they claim that 27% increase in GDP would happen if the talents of women are tapped. And women leaders across the globe, they say heads of states are only about 22%, which is a sad number. And about 119 countries have never had a woman as a head of state. So this is where I think we need to work. We are already there, we are empowered, we are leaders. But what we need to do is to encourage more women to take up senior leadership positions.
Absolutely. And I think Rotary is a great shaping ground where you can bring them into limelight, get them the focus. And I'm sure from Rotary, moving to the head of state may not be too far away. And hopefully we should get a lot more women leaders taking those positions.
Yeah.
That's a great thought that you have. I'll slightly shift gears and talk about another area of sustainable development goals. You are very closely associated with that. So some thoughts around that would help.
Actually, even in the Sustainable Development Goals, my focus has been on bringing the differently abled into the inclusive society. I have been, although there are so many other goals, but my particular attention and focus has always been on bringing in people with different abilities to the forefront of society. And also noticed that climate change has its maximum effect on women. And therefore, there could be, the future wars based on the effects of climate change. Therefore, I would like to have more women and girls talking about climate change and being advocates of protecting the environment, thereby bringing in a lot of new perspectives to the whole concept of protecting nature and improving our environment, and having women being responsible for actually bringing that change in the globe.
Wonderful. I think you rightly said that if we don't deal with these sustainable development goals, we might see wars that could take place. So I think, and I'm glad that Rotary is taking a big step forward in this area. And in line with all these different elements that we spoke about, would there be any key advice that you would like to offer to the current Rotary leaders?
Actually, I've seen a revolution in Rotary over a period of time. Like Paul Harris long back said that, we belong to a changing society, and if Rotary does not change with the times, we are stuck or stagnant in a place. And I'm happy that he had that vision then, long back, that we are a changing society. So many of the protocols in Rotary, or many of the things that we do today in Rotary, needs to look at and adapt to the changing environments across the world. What may be suitable to one country may not actually go ahead with another. So we need to be more area specific, be more country specific, and look at the local needs of communities. While we have a bigger vision, we have an international vision, we have a world vision, but we need to work on the ground in communities and actually reach the felt needs of communities, rather than bring in one size for all. That doesn't fit here, because Rotary comprises different individuals, and Rotary is the biggest examples of having leaders from across professions, across countries, across the world. And I think everyone has that difference, and everyone has it in them to create an impact. So if we can actually bring them all together and accept these differences, learn from them, I think Rotary will be in a much better place.
Wow, that's powerful. World vision, and yet right on the ground, I think each Rotary club can think about their own ways of how they can contribute. Thank you so much, Dr. Elizabeth. I'm sure our current leaders will love to follow some of the thoughts that you have shared and make the best use of your advice.
Thank you so much.